I want to segue into Xbox Game Pass, and this is one of those conversations that's going to be a little all over the place because it starts with Xbox Game Pass, and I didn't see this originally. I did not see this, and then the other day I started seeing people still talking about it. I'm like, what is it these people are talking about? And of course, you might have mentioned it on your show how Game Pass specifically was being blamed for the layoffs, and that is the most asinine thing. I was like, wow, there are notable people, no names on this program on who they are, actually running with this as a narrative. Like, oh, you see what Game Pass did? And then, of course, you have a couple of developers jump on the bandwagon that I thought, honestly, spoke out of turn. There are people that haven't been in the business for years, and you have not had, what I'm saying? There's people that actually launched games into Game Pass. I mean, look, folks, if you don't like Game Pass, I hear you. I'm not going to fight with you. Go buy your games. That's another thing that I started seeing all over again. Oh, Xbox, they don't buy games. They just play on Game Pass. Really? Because I bought 14 games this month. What are you talking?
Bro, even if we didn't, even if no one bought another game, that's not our, like, we don't function as consumers to help these developers or these publishers with their business. That's not our job. If we are offered a service and we are able to pay for that service and consume enough games that we find no need to purchase outside of that subscription service, that is a them problem, not an us problem. If a game release that you feel driven to go purchase outside of your subscription, then do it. But if you don't, if you look at all these games and you're like, honestly, I have so many amazing games to experience right now that why would I go spend $70, $80 on that brand new game when by the time I get to it, I can probably get it on sale for cheaper?
Half price.
Dude, our business is not watching their business. That's not the way this works. And I'm not going to have people come out here and say, oh, Xbox people don't buy games. I don't, who fucking cares? Who cares? That's, if you feel just, if it makes you feel better to know that you spend 70, 80, 50, 40 every time a game drops that you want to play, that I have in my subscription service that I get for just my monthly premium of $20 a month. If you want to do that, great. If you want to go and buy games that are not in my subscription service, but I don't see the value in going to spend my money on because it just is not something that's calling me, I don't feel ashamed. I don't feel sad. I don't feel bad. I can give 3 shits. It means nothing to me. All that matters, and what all that honestly matters to everyone, okay, not the show that people want to put on for everybody else. We're not buying stuff. I'm not gonna go buy a game so that I could show my pony friend, hey, look, I buy games. Look, no, I don't care what you think of me. I don't care. I'm not here for you. I'm not a monkey to dance for you, bro. That's not the way this works. No, I buy what I want if I want. If not, I'm going to enjoy my subscription. That's what I pay for, and I love it. That's why we are here, to enjoy games, and I'm getting all the games that I want. And then if I feel so compelled to purchase outside of my subscription, I will. But if I don't, then I don't. And I don't care what you think of it. It means nothing to me. We're here for our pockets. That's what we're here for. We want to enjoy our games and watch our pockets. That's the only pocket watching that needs to happen. Don't worry about what I buy or don't buy. That's it. No reason.
No, I mean, it's a great point. It's a great point of view. You know, speaking of games actually releasing into the service, folks, if not that I need to say a Game Pass. I'm paid up until July 5th of 28. I'm good. I'm good. Right now, how I don't let it go beyond 3 months. 3 months. When 3 months expires, I throw another 3 month card on there, and I keep doing that. It took me years to get that 3 year mark thing, because again, for me, I'm a retired guy. I know people make fun of me all the time, but the reality of the world is everything costs a lot of money, and when you have a pension, and my pension's fantastic, it has a ceiling. So if I can still be a part of the Xbox Game Pass conversation, then I'm going to be a good consumer for myself and do my due diligence to find sales. And I don't think I've paid full price for Game Pass yet, because I keep looking for sales. You can do the same thing. Go to CD Keys, go to Iniba. Don't go to these sites that you get blocked when you go on your browser. Don't do that, because you're probably going to get robbed. But those two, phenomenal. Black Friday is going to be around the corner. I mean, I know we're in July, but Black Friday is around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, it's gonna you look for the sales. But this month alone, right? You have Grounded 2, which you're reviewing. I don't think they sent me a copy because I don't really play Grounded. I don't know if there's a single player mode for it, but that's fine. The pressure of reviewing games is too much when you do 5 shows a week. So I'm actually glad I wasn't offered the code. Wu Chang, Fallen Feathers. That game, every time you see it, looks good. It looks like it's going to be hard as hell. I'm going to give it the old college effort, but I have a feeling it's just going to wax my ass, and that's fine. Farming Simulator.
We played it at Summer Games Fest.
And what'd you think?
It's amazing. It is hard as all hell, but we played a part where you're kind of just thrust into it, right? So there's no build. It's not like you start and have time to build and get better in that little time period. But from it's definitely is a challenging game, but I think it feels good in the hand, right? And the combat feels more akin to like a fighting game, almost like there's like you could almost like it's like combo based, almost like you could almost like really you could do the swings and you could hit, and then there's like this button that you could press that like instantly switches your weapon like mid attack, and then you can start a whole new chain through that.
Is it kind of I know it's not 1-to-1, but that's how is it like using Avowed controls where you can switch from magic to melee?
So magic is always there as well.
Okay.
But there's like a whole system involved that you have to like build up.
I'm gonna have to check this out.
So there's magic, but you could have 2 weapons, and there's just like an instant switch mechanic that you can be fighting and then hit that instant switch, and instead of stopping your combo, it'll switch to your other weapon and be able to continue that way. So it's definitely interesting. Not far away.
No, it's actually not. I think, as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it's next week. But check out these 8 games that are dropping into Game Pass for July. Grounded 2, like we said. Wu Chang, we said. Farming Simulator 25. Not for me, sure, but there's going to be people that dig that.
A lot of people.
A lot of people like that game. That's why they keep coming out with
this stuff.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. There's something called Wheel World. I don't know. You're right. It's a guy. It looks like a cartoon character riding a bike with a floating skull. So I don't know if it's one of those games you have to crash and get killed or something. I will definitely look up the trailer. There's something Abotic Factor. Now, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it looks like you're fighting robots. It might be a multiplayer game. It shows 3 kids on there holding weapons. So I don't know what it is. RoboCop, Rogue City. Folks, please, for the love of gaming, play this game. And there's another one. Now, I think I know what this is. It's like Sesame Street. It's called My Friendly Neighborhood. I'm pretty sure I saw the trailer to this, and just looking at the characters, one looks like Bert. So I don't know exactly what this is.
I think isn't that one like a horror game?
I think it's like a horror game, yes, except it's with Muppet characters or Muppet looking like characters. I'm almost positive. It looks ominous on the cover, so we'll see. Maybe they're killer puppets. Who knows? And something called Back to the Dawn, which has a fox and a Black Panther, not the Black Panther, a Black Panther on there. I don't know what that is, but it looks something with animals that are like human. So it's
that one's
again,
it's like a 2D
it's 2D.
side
It's
scroller.
yes, I saw the trailer for it. I don't. Again, it's like probably like a light RPG of some sorts, or like I don't know, like a living sim, something or other. We will certainly see. But needless to say, again, this is one of those instances where maybe not every game is for you, but there's something here for everyone. And that is awesome. Now, why I decided to bring up the topic, this is more specifically about Game Pass and why we're kind of all over the place, is I want to get to a story that really was not covered as it should. And that came the way of Matt Piscatella of Blue Sky, not Twitter anymore. I think he left Twitter, and that's fine because Twitter's a slop house sometimes. But you know what I want to do is I want to go into the DM, see money, and I want to bring up what I sent you. This is a story, and of course it's Game Pass related. You've heard me say this before, folks, that right now the world kind of sucks. Not a surprise. Turn on the news, it sucks. There have been more unemployment. It's at an all-time high. That's terrible. We, as gamers, this industry has been relentless with its devs. It has been on a tear that it shouldn't be on because these corporations are making a lot of money. And it's a shame that we've seen so many job losses. So the one thing that we've been told, see money, for years is how terrible Xbox Game Pass is for the industry. Like it's bad for gaming. It's bad for gamers. It's bad for developers. Everyone's losing. Well, I certainly don't feel that way. You certainly don't feel that way. And there's a lot of people in this chat right now that certainly don't feel that way. Well, interestingly enough, we had, and again, I don't even know when he actually put this out there. This was from July 9th, so it's a little old. Matt Piscatella has confirmed something that breaks all of the anti-Xbox Game Pass narratives with the game's media. It breaks it with these trolls, the nameless trolls of the interwebs. And see, when I'm going to read verbatim what he had to say. He says, U.S. Video game subscription spending reached an all-time monthly high in May of 2025, 0.6 billion, while experiencing its third consecutive month of growth. Looks to me that the pressure of higher prices in everyday spending categories like food and general economic uncertainty has folks looking for value. And he did confirm that this came the way of Circana. This is during their June reporting. Actually, their June report is expected to hit next Wednesday, which is July 23rd. I mean, I did not see the games media writing any major articles. I think Jez did one on this, but like Jez is like legit, legit journalist. I did not see the trolls. I did not see the push squares of the world. That publication equates to like the Inquirer, but when you're paying your groceries, like Elvis Bang's Alien. That's what they basically equate to.
Elvis Bang's Alien.
Yeah, I mean, I
think that was a legitimate.
It probably was, but I'm just saying that I always use that as my go-to. Sorry, Elvis and Alien, but
sorry, Alien. That's probably can't be great for him.
But listen, Money, let's break this down, because when they say subscription spending, they just don't mean Xbox. It's not Xbox Game Pass only. Now, granted, the two services, one's going down, one's going up. Xbox is the one that the elevator continues to go up. And every now and again, you go a floor or two with PlayStation, PSN, and usually it gets stuck. It's a cheapy elevator. Sorry, that's just, their service is passable at best. Why is this a surprise? It's not a surprise. It shouldn't be a surprise. It's not a surprise because right now, he literally said it in his write-up, everything, the economic uncertainty of real life is a thing, folks. You know it. You live it. You're living it right now. I'm living it. C Money's living it. It's not a surprise. Yeah, so, I mean, bringing it all the way back to Xbox Game Pass, you know, this story, again, I saw some of my friends DM'd me with it and like, hey, Boom, you know, this is an interesting story. Maybe you want to talk about it. And I didn't see anybody on any other podcast talking about it. Maybe, and if there was, maybe I missed it. Again, I don't watch everybody's podcast. I don't have time. But it's pretty interesting that Matt Piscatella, who is a numbers guy, like that guy knows the business. He understands the business. And subscription services are your best bets. And I don't think, look, if you're a PlayStation guy or gal, and you know you don't have an Xbox, maybe you have maybe you have a PS5 that or a Pro, and you have a PC. I don't know honestly how anybody in this chat will watch this show on demand or is watching live now could not want to be a part of Xbox Game Pass. Like I get it, you know, there's this like loyalty to the box thing, and that's all great. But when I see people challenging gamers like us who like and appreciate and support and subscribe to something like Xbox Game Pass and then try to sell you on, well, you're not a real gamer if you don't buy games. I'm going to tell you this right now. If you're running with that narrative, either you're loaded, and congratulations, because I'm a congratulator, not a hater, but you're also stupid, because that's not a narrative that you can tell the average working Joe. You can't tell that to a person that is making a certain amount of money with a family and has to pay everything else that, oh, you should buy your games. I'm sure everyone here would like to buy their games at full boat if they had that kind of money. But you know what? How the rich stay rich? They have deep pockets and short arms, kind of like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, like this. They can't tip, they can't grab their wallet. That's why they stay rich. So Xbox Game Pass is the best in the business. It continues to be better. And just based on what, I mean, did anyone take a look? I know we talked about it last night on Prime Time. Did anyone see that new Xbox Game Pass commercial? Let me see if I don't think I have it here. Where it showed everything that's coming between 2025 and 2026. And obviously that's when we got into the conversation of, you know, is there or will there be a release of Clockwork? That's still up in the air, but, you know, I'm probably wrong about that too. It's fine. But if you just look at what Xbox is dropping from their first party, and then you go over and you look at like what's happening from third party, now you got Wu Chang, you have RoboCop, you have all these other games. Again, I'm not telling you how to spend your money, folks, but I don't understand how people could actually say that Game Pass isn't the best deal in gaming, and somehow or another it's a detriment to more specifically like publishers and developers. Because if you're not in Game Pass, that's either because you couldn't get in because there's a long list from what I understand, or you didn't try. Right? You know, you get a bag of money from Xbox, which is awesome, right? Usually we've heard, and again, this is just, you know, it's speculation, that the bag that they get usually covers the production cost of said game. Now, is that, we did see a story, I don't know who wrote it, and it does kind of, go hand in hand with this, where Xbox pays as much as $5 to $50 million on Game Pass deals. So they're investing. I mean, we know for a fact, it's been confirmed that they invest $1 billion in Xbox Game Pass per year. So I'm going to stick with Xbox Game Pass, as you should as well.